Hello, everyone, and wishing everybody a happy new year. So, this video is for those who are planning to take up the admissions process for the next upcoming cycles for the 2025 intake. So, the first question when you are planning to apply to the business school is which test to write. So, you have the option of writing the GMAT or the GRE test. So, there is another test which you can write, which is the executive assessment. However, that has its limitations because it is accepted for a different age group as well as for very specific programs. The main choice that you have to make as a business school applicant is between the GMAT or the GRE. So there is a common question that we are asked usually, does this business school prefer the GMAT or do they prefer the GRE test? This being a very valid question, let's say a few years back, would probably not be valid today. Why? The GRE is being accepted by a lot of business schools and very widely. So, request you to like, subscribe, as well as share this video for those who would also be going through this dilemma. Coming back to our topic, why is the GRE being accepted more widely for business school admissions? It does give the business school access to a very diverse pool of applicants. So let's see, what the basic difference between the GMAT and the GRE test is. So while the GMAT test is very suitable for those who have very strong quantitative and analytical skills and also excel in interpreting data, the GRE math section is more straightforward. Apart from that, there is the verbal section in both the GMAT and the GRE test, which is absolutely different. The RC section is mostly the common. However, if you are more vocabulary person, then probably GRE is the test for you. Admissions officers from different business schools have time and again emphasized that they do not prefer the GMAT over the GRE. They do not have any preferences. They would evaluate the GMAT or the GRE in their own merit. So gone are the days when you had a test converter or a score converter where you used to convert your GRE school score to the GMAT. A lot of business schools, they have their own benchmarks for the GMAT as well as the GRE schools. And these scores will be taken up on the own merit of the previous benchmarks that have been set by the school. In fact, more and more applicants are opting for the GRE. If you look at the top 10 schools, the applicants who are submitting the GRE scores have now come up to almost 30% of the total applicant pool. In fact, a report by Poets and Quants also mentions that the applicants applying through the GRE scores almost doubled or tripled at different business schools across the world. For the Indian test takers, the GRE test takers have actually risen by almost 50% from 21 to 22. So these are some statistics, but all of these statistics point to the same conclusion that the GRE test is equally valid when you are applying to a business school. As an individual, you must see which is the test that where you can score high and then go in for the GMAT versus the GRE. So why is the GRE widely accepted for B schools? There is a growing popularity for GRE. More and more B schools are seeing value in the GRE scores because they are emphasizing on diversity. So if you are a non-engineering student or let's say a non-business background student, you would be able to relate more to the GRE test than the GMAT test. And if that is the case, then you do have an option to add to the class diversity as well. Schools are focusing on getting a more diverse pool. They are looking at applicants who are acing the GRE test as well. It gives more opportunities for students. When you're writing the GRE test, you don't only apply to B schools, you are also eligible to put up these schools for different graduate programs like master's programs or the technical masters as well. There is the cost and convenience which is attached to the GRE score. It is priced at slightly lesser than the GMAT score, and it has been time and again verified as a valid predictor of success. So if you are applying through a GRE score, you don't need to be worried of being compared with someone with a GMAT score. A GRE score test taker will be compared with a GRE score test taker as well. So the comparison is like versus like, and there is ample proof that it is a widely accepted score for admissions to business schools. In fact, when the acceptance was very less in 1997, by 2023, more than 1,300 schools accept the GRE test. So when we have a strong case for the GRE, how do you decide whether you write the GMAT or the GRE test score? So I have a lot of applicants who have tried both the GMAT and the GRE scores and then chosen the higher score out of the two. If you are someone who can do that, nothing like it. That is definitely a good thing to do. Don't be worried that this one school likes the GMAT better than the GRE. Both are equally acceptable for the business schools or the MBA programs that you are applying for. So, how do you go about selecting which test to write? First, write a mock test for both the GMAT or the GRE. You can go to the MBA.com website, write a free mock test for the GMAT exam. You can go to the ETS website and write a free mock test for the GRE exam. And based on your scores as well as on the kind of questions that you face and your comfort with those questions, you can decide as to whether you want to write the GRE test or you the GMAT test. At the end of the day, what matters is that the GRE or the GMAT score should be high. It should be high enough to be a valid representation of your academic caliber. While GRE's popularity is growing, it is an opportunity for you to see if this test is something that you are made for. For people who have actually written the GMAT multiple times and are still not able to score that high, they can also see if they want to shift to the GRE. It might be possible that this GRE style of test taking would be more suitable for your particular preparation. So go ahead and do that. If you're someone who's just starting with the GMAT versus GRE kind of a situation, write a mock test for both of these tests and then decide as to which one you would go ahead for. And guys, at the end of this discussion, all the best for your journey forward. Please do like and subscribe to this channel. So, we'll be sharing a lot more updates as well as the latest research in the area of business schools and the MBA applications and the MBA admission scenario for getting you ready for the 2024 admission cycles.